Hey everybody, Negro VMX here, and just wanted to do a video to let you know what's been going on the past few days. As you saw, I haven't done any videos. Some of you already knew that that was going to be the case. There was only one video, which was shot in Bayonne, New Jersey. I've been on vacation this past week, and I've been trying to do a lot of different things. That's why I haven't done so many videos. This is the last day of my vacation. And I'm ready to get back into the groove of things and whatnot. Start work again tomorrow, starting videos again today, so it's going to be really cool. As you know, you guys probably figured out, I went to Bayonne, New Jersey, and I picked up my friend Joe, and he spent a few days here in Pennsylvania with me. And then we went to New York City to see a Transatlantic concert. And for those of you who don't know who Transatlantic are, they're a progressive rock supergroup made up of members of various other groups. There's Neil Morse, who was formerly of Spock's Beard, now more of a solo artist. There's Royne Stolt, who is a guitarist of Flower Kings. Pete Travis, the bassist from Marillion, and Mike Portnoy, the drummer from Dream Theater, my very favorite band. And they were joined on stage by Daniel Gildenlow of Pain of Salvation, who kind of did like backing stuff for them. Absolutely amazing show. I wanted to talk about that. Went to the Gramercy Theater in New York City. I don't know if any of you guys were there. I know I do have a few like Dream Theater and Transatlantic fans in my audience. Let me know if you were there, so we could talk about that. That's pretty cool. Great show. The beginning part of it, well, almost the whole part of it was plagued by some technical issues with Neil's mic, with Neil's keyboards, and with, later on a little bit with Royne's guitar, but they got through it really well. I mean, there was a lot of humor and whatnot. Very small theater. I definitely would want to return to the Gramercy Theater. I heard some stories about that the security was very tight there, and that it took people a long time to get in, and that they were confiscating cameras, and that doesn't jibe with what happened. Well, I mean, we got rushed right in, because as soon as they got a look at Joe, who, he has no hands or feet, you know, they rushed us in. I think a lot of people assume Joe was in the military when they see him, and he says, you know, that even when he denies it, I understand, you don't want to talk about it. For anyone who was wondering, he was born that way. Somebody asked a question on the last video about how he plays Xbox, and actually, we were planning on like doing a video demonstrating that. We just didn't have enough time. He actually holds the Xbox controller between his knees, and he puts one stump on this joystick, and the other one, he does have a little thumb there, he uses to press the buttons, and he was holding his own against me at Street Fighter 4. So that just goes to show you that, you know, just because you don't have hands doesn't mean you can't rock at video games. I mean, he plays all sorts of games. I mean, he's a big fan of shooters and everything. So, you know, don't discount the cripples, man. They'll fuck you up. The show was absolutely amazing. The only bad part about it was that where I parked, the parking garage that I parked at was closing at 11. And the doors opened at 7, and we assumed the band would take stage at 8. And then if it was a 3-hour show, it would end at 11, and maybe we'd have to leave a few minutes early and go run to get the car. And it actually turned out that the doors didn't open until 7:30 is what people were telling me. We got there late, so that turned out to be okay. And what I heard, it was because the band didn't finish their sound check until around then. And they didn't take the stage till about 8:30. So they played The Whirlwind, they played All the Above, and we left in the middle of All the Above to get the car, because it was almost 11 o'clock at that time. And in case you're wondering how it got to almost 11 o'clock in 2 songs, that's kind of what Transatlantic are known for. The Whirlwind is a 77-minute song, and it went even longer because of the issues with Neil's mic. They had to kind of just play some solos while the roadies got him a new mic, so it went longer than it should have. And then All the Above is a 30-minute song. I had hoped to get the car and get back in time for the very end of All the Above, and we got back, I heard the last ringing note of a song, and I thought it was All the Above. but it took longer to park than I thought. So it turned out we'd actually missed a whole song, which was "We All Need Some Light Now," and then they played "Duel with the Devil," which was amazing, and then they came back for an encore, and they did "Bridge Across Forever," and then they did what was the last song? "Duel with the Stranger in Your Soul," which is like my absolute favorite song by them. Actually, one of my favorite songs, period. You know, if I was ever to be really daring and do like a list of like my top 10 favorite songs, which is the most difficult thing because you guys have seen the music folder thing, if any of you watched that. It took me 4 videos just to show you all the different artists I have, and that's not even that's not even going into detail and showing you how many albums I have. So I have a lot of music. I'm into a lot of music, so it would be difficult. But if I was to do that undertaking, "Stranger in Your Soul" would be very close to the top, if not the very top. What else went on? Okay, so yeah, then we went back to his place, and I stayed there for the night, and headed back here the next day, which was yesterday. So we had a lot of fun. Speaking of doing things like that, I do have a number of projects lined up, and one of them does involve Joe, which is why I'm partially why I'm doing this video. One thing that I am planning on doing is I am planning on doing another top 10 list coming up soon. Except it won't be top 10. It'll probably be like top 20 or 30, and it's going to be my favorite movies. And yes, that is because James Rolfe did that. He always seems to inspire me, and I really liked his list, and I thought it would be cool to do a list of my own, but I also thought it would be a really, really a bitch to do. It's going to be a bear. Very difficult to come up with a list of my favorite movies, so that's going to take a while, but that is something I do have planned. I also have another top 10 list. That's what I want to mention. It's going to be the top 10 underrated movies. So that's coming sometime in the near future. Of course, you'll have an episode of the BMX show today. I'll be getting on that soon. One thing is that sitting on the camera and on my computer, me and Joe tried to do some stuff where he always wanted to do commentary with me. And we did some stuff where I was playing Final Fantasy 13. I was playing the very end of it. Unfortunately, I got my ass kicked by the last boss. I only just beat it last night by myself. But when he was here, it was way too long, though. I thought it was like really near the end of it. And I was like right near the last boss, but it turned out to be a little longer than I thought it was going to be. So it's almost like 2 hours of footage, and I don't know if you guys really want to sit through all that. So I'm thinking of editing it down. That'll probably be up sometime in the next few weeks. I mentioned when I put up the wedding video that I would put up reception videos and such, but once again, that's a lot of footage to sift through, and I don't want to put it all up, so I'm probably going to edit it also. The thing that I'm planning to do with Joe, because after spending a day, showing him the sights, because he's never been to the country before, we came back here and we were drinking, and we decided to watch Star Wars, and because he had just bought the original trilogy on DVD, and we said, let's watch Star Wars. So we watched Star Wars, and we were doing commentary during the whole thing. We were talking throughout the whole movie, because you can do that because it's like a movie we've both seen hundreds of times. Well, probably not hundreds, but close to it. But between the two of us, I'm sure we've seen it at least 100 times. And we decided to do something where we would be doing commentaries for movies. And what we would do is get together on a weekend and just bang out a bunch of movies. We'd probably start with the Star Wars movies. And the thing is, you would have to enjoy it, you would have to have the movies. So that's why we're going to try and stick to very popular movies. Star Wars, of course, being a very popular franchise. And we just put up the commentary as a downloadable MP3 file. And all you'd have to do is get your DVD or your copy, whatever you have, and watch it with the volume, a little bit down, and put our commentary on and enjoy. And we're both big movie fans. It's not necessarily going to be like hilarious humor. It's not going to be like MST3K or what I do on the channel. But, obviously there'd be some jokes, but it would basically be fan commentary, and that's something we'd want to do. I did want to also jam a GameCube collection update into this video, even though I only have one game to show you. I was at Play and Trade the other day, and I did pick up this game, which I'm out just as I was showing the game, so let's try that again. It's Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 on GameCube. It is a very rare game, and I did pay out the nose. I did pay $45 for it, but considering the prices it demands online, that's actually pretty good. And it comes with everything. There's the disc, which is an excellent case. I noticed that it has this ring around the edge of it, which I'd never seen before. And it's funny, because I also picked up Mario Galaxy, which also has that ring around it. So I don't know. I pointed out to the guy, and he's like, yeah, it's weird. Both the games had it. Never noticed that before on either a Wii optical disc or GameCube optical disc. Well, anyway, that's about all the time I have. Going to do the VMX show. Music contest is going to continue today, and there'll be, cool stuff coming up. So just want to let you know about that. VMX out!